Hello everyone, today we are going to teach about variable array methods, split operators, modules, ternary operators, all of them in ES6. And first we are going to talk about variable. We have three kind of variables: var, let, and const. First, var. Before ES6 there were only one way of defining the variable, with the var keyword. If you did not define them, they would be assigning to the global object unless you were in strict modes. Then you would get an error if your variable were undefined. var x equal to 5. If you use var outside of function, use var outside of function, it belongs to global scope. But if you use var inside of function, it belongs to on that function. But if you use var inside of a block or a for loop, the variable is still available outside of that block also. Just var has a function scope, not a block scope. Next one, we have let x equal to 5. Let is the block scope version of var and is limited to the block of our experience where it is defined. If you use let inside of a block or a for loop, the variable only available inside of that loop. But let has a block scope. But let's come to what's const x equal to 6. For example, const is a variable that once it has been created, its value can never change. Const has a block scope too. The keyword const is a bit misleading. It does not define a const value, it defines a const reference value. Because of this, you cannot reassign a const value, reassign a const array, reassign a const object, but you can change the element of const array, you can change the properties of const object. This is about variable in ES6, and the next title we talked about array methods. What's array method? Let me comment all of them. About array methods. There are many JavaScript array methods. One of the most useful in React is .map array method. The .map method allows you to run a function on each item in the array, returning a new value array as the result. In React, map can be used to generate lists. For example, we have const my array equal to tree names apple, banana, and next one we have carrot. Now we use .map here, const my list equal to my array dot map. We have one item here, and equal to, inside of that we call fetch. Now if we call, let me check once here, item. Now document dot write my list. Yeah, apple, banana, carrot. We can use .map methods like this, and it's about array method in map. And the next title that we have, that's spread operator. What's a spread operator? Spread operator in spread operator in JavaScript operator, the syntax is like this. Inside of parentheses we have tree. Dot allows us to quickly copy all the part of an existing array object into another array. For example, we have const number 1 equal to 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and the next one const number 2 equal to 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. Now if we display all of them, we use from separate const number combined equal to dot number 1 and dot number 2. Now if we document dot write number combined, we see all of them 1 2 3 4 up to 12. The separate operators often used in combining with starting, and the example of number 2 we have like this. We have one const numbers equal to 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. We have like this const 1 2 and all of them the rest. Equal to numbers. Now if we display it, document dot write 1, it displays just 1. If we write 2, display 2, and if we write dot rest the rest of them displayed 3, 4, 5 and 6. We can use the separate operator with object also. We have another example. Const my info we have name my name Ilyas, for example. Age we have 21, and which color I like, for example the color which I like was red. But now if we call it here, the next person, const my info 2 equal to for example university, it means which university I study, university. I write KPU, means Kabul Polytechnic University, and which year, sorry about that, which year, 2022, and about school, okay, about grade or semester 4, for example. Now if we call all of them here, const combined info, we can call it here equal to my info slash my info 2. Now if we display it, document dot write, we can say combine info. Yeah, all both of them are object, and you can see all of them we can display. And it was about separate operators. Now it's time to talk about models. JavaScript models allow you to break up your code into separate files. This makes it easier to mention the code base, and ES models rely on the import and export statement. Before we read what's import and export, we make one file by the name of message.js. Inside of that we have one example, const message. We have one function. Here we use from array function, as you know, I think. Const name again equal to Ilyas, and const age equal to, we have 21, and now we return name. We will concatenate with is, again we concatenate it with age, again we concatenate with years old. Yeah, years old. And we have end of that. We will export default message, but here in index.js we import message from message, but it didn't display because in index.html we didn't write the type of that model or models. Again, there is one problem because of that. Well, yeah, in models now we displayed we added message, or no, we document that write message now we export default message. Again, okay. Really, here is the problem, it didn't display it. Document.write message here, but yes, click check again here. Okay, this model, and how about messages? Okay, let's write console.log. Let's test with this message. Yeah, here is work. Ilyas is 21 years old. Yeah, that's exactly worked. And you can import models in two files in two ways, based on they are named export and default export. And the next title, it's the last title, which talks about ternary operators. What's ternary operators? Is the simplified conditional operators like if else, and the syntax of ternary operator is let me write the syntax. We have one condition and we have one question mark, and inside of that we have one expression if true, and we have another expression if false. Now before that we make two function we have render app. Inside of that we have write document document.write welcome, for example. And another function also we have render login. Document.write please login. Okay. Now if before we use the ternary operator, we make use with if statement. How it works: if if the function we use true, it return render up function, and else if else render login. Now you can see we use Ternary if else with this, but if we simplify our function easy, we can use with ternary operators like this. If no, for example we use one, let x equal to true. If x when true, that equal to render up function, it will false, it will return render login function. Now we use document.write x, or we have to console.log x. Now we see here that how it works. Yeah, index.j document is wrong. We can use here console.log welcome, and here console.log. Let's check again. Yes, it's true, return the render up. If it's we write false, it will return the render login. Please unlock. Okay, thanks for nice watching of my video. If you have any suggestion, idea, you can write on the description. Goodbye.